What's up, my dude? Yeah, brother. You gotta love the name on the back of the jersey. Oh my God, you gotta love it, dog. But either way, it's just like I just had to come in here and make a video on this because it's just getting to a point now where it's like, man, how many people are they going to get sponsored by Monster, right? Like, you obviously have your main Monster Energy Kawasaki teams, right? Oh my God, Spencer. Why don't you actually warm up before you start making a video? That would probably be cool. That would probably be good. I just don't think you've ever seen quite this level of like sponsorship domination before in Supercross, right? I mean, for God's sakes, it's Monster Energy Supercross. Like, it's the main title sponsor of the whole thing. And on top of that, you've got Monster Energy Kawasaki, Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, which is arguably the, has been the best 250 team for the longest time now, right? And it seems like you've always got some good guys on those main Monster Energy Kawasaki teams too, right? It's like they're always in contention for the titles. You've got Tomac and Adam Cincerillo on the Kawasaki 450 team right now. You've got all the guys on the Kawasaki 250 team, right? All the different titles. So they got the, Monster Energy Kawasaki on lockdown, right? And then, was that a 5 jump in? I don't know what the heck I keep doing right there. It's either a quad or a 5 in. I don't even know at this point. But then also, Monster Energy became a part of the Yamaha 450 team. I don't know if it's still the case now because they switched back to Star Racing Yamaha, even for the 450. So, but I do know it was the case last year. You had not only the Monster Energy Kawasaki team, but then you also had Monster Energy, Yamalube, whatever, Yamaha team on the 450, right? And then also now you've got people like Chase Sexton that are not even on either one of those teams. He's completely over here on a totally different team on the Honda team, but yet he still has a Monster Energy, separate sponsorship. So he's got all of his other sponsors like Alpine Star Gear, all the Honda affiliate sponsors and things like that. But now also he is wearing a Monster Energy helmet on top of that, right? So pretty crazy, man. I mean, when you really think about how much like Monster, how much they've become a part of the sport over the past 10, 15 years, right? It's really become a whole nother level, in my opinion, at this point now. It kind of surprises me that, the NOS energy drinks haven't become a part of motocross and supercross. We pretty much have all of the other energy drinks in there. You've got, Rockstar, Husqvarna, you've got Red Bull, KTM. But you also still have, even though you have Red Bull KTM, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Ken Roczen is still Red Bull affiliate, right? Even though he's on the Honda team. And it used to be Red Bull Honda way back in the day, right? So you've got this interesting where, some of the actual teams will have a connection to a certain energy drink, right? And then you've also got where you'll just get these certain riders that will be affiliated with a certain energy drink, even though they're not on that particular team. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of interesting how that sort of developed, right? You had James Stewart with the Red Bull team, even though he was on all different kinds of manufacturers. I don't know if that really works. If one of these guys, like let's just say Chase Sexton went to Red Bull KTM, well, he couldn't have then been sponsored by Monster at the same time. It's kind of got to work in a way to where they're not on one of those, like either Rockstar Husky, Red Bull KTM, or Monster Energy Kawasaki if they're going to have a different kind of energy drink, brand sponsorship affiliated to them, right? I feel like it's kind of like that. Like it's basically like you got to be on a team that either doesn't affiliate with a energy drink team or energy drink sponsorship at all, or you got to be on that same one, you know? Like Chase Sexton could definitely go to Monster Energy Kawasaki after this, and it would be fine because, you know, that's what their main energy drink sponsorship is already. So, but this is pretty big for Chase Sexton, I would say. You don't see a lot of these younger dudes getting these like individual energy drink sponsorship deals like this, right? You don't see a whole lot of that. A lot of times that's kind of reserved for very, very particular, particular riders like Ken Roczen getting on Red Bull, even though he was on the KTM team, but then he left the KTM team. I'm pretty sure he was still Red Bull even after that. And, obviously people like James Stewart been on Red Bull. I do think that Ricky Carmichael is still like Monster Energy Kawasaki, or not Monster Energy. Well, I guess he is Kawasaki now, but he's like Pro Circuit Kawasaki now, but he's been Monster Energy affiliated this whole time, even though he's been on Suzuki, right? He's been wearing Monster Energy helmets and shit like that, even on Suzuki. So it's definitely an interesting way that they do that whole thing, but I would love to see like the NOS energy drink company come in, and it could be like a cool Star Racing NOS Yamaha or something like that. That'd be kind of badass. I'd like to see some more competition on that side of it, on the energy drink manufacturer, side of it. I'd always thought that would have been cool on a dirt bike. Could you imagine a NOS energy drink helmet? Like, that'd be pretty badass. We had a No Fear energy drink helmet at one point. I'm actually wearing it right now in this gameplay. It was actually back in Reflex in the DLC. But, yeah, so you guys remember those No Fear energy drinks with the skulls on them and shit like that, right? And that fit, like, I think directly in with the No Fear, gear sponsorship crap and all that. So, but either way, yeah, we'll see what Chase Sexton can do. This is kind of shocking. I really was not thinking that Chase Sexton was going to be able to get this far with all the injuries that he was having at the start and just kind of the slow start that he had. I'm actually fairly surprised at how far Chase Sexton has come along over the past couple years. It's pretty impressive when you really think about it, because I think he broke his femur like pretty early on, and then had another injury. It was like he never even had a real rookie season in Supercross. It was like he started, and then it took him 2 or 3 years before he even actually really raced in a Supercross series, like a full 250 Supercross series, and then he turned it on pretty quick after that. So definitely shout out to him for doing that. Monster Energy definitely sees something in him, but man, I mean, that's a powerhouse. When you get to the point where you can sponsor 2 different main manufacturer teams, and you're the main title sponsor, and you got all these other like side affiliate type rider people connected to you that aren't, and you're like the main 250 team out there, you're affiliated with that team as well. I mean, that is a powerhouse. Oh my God, they must be raking in the bucks to be able to support. If it wasn't for Monster Energy, I mean, just think about what Supercross would be. Would we even have Supercross without Monster Energy? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, obviously, yeah, Supercross existed before Monster Energy, right? You had the Coors Light good old days, right? But I'm saying nowadays, though, like, could it survive without all of these support and backing from Monster Energy? But it's kind of a win-win situation. I look at it as far as Monster Energy and like motocross and Supercross, because I feel like energy drinks just go with motocross. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. Obviously, the NOS energy drink kind of goes more towards like NASCAR and drag racing and stuff like that, obviously. But like Monster, Red Bull, all that kind of stuff, Rockstar, all that stuff, there's something about that just goes with dirt bike racing. Like, whoever thought to put those two things together was really smart, because it's an adrenaline sport. It's a crazy, be wild, no fear, drink that crazy energy drink, get hyped up, you know, even though obviously none of these riders are actually really drinking energy drinks. They're drinking water, right? And their special little mixed up shit from Alden Baker. But still, the point being, you get a lot of people that are going to get into drinking energy drinks just because of the high flying, whipping, motocross racing, crazy energy drink. Let's drink our Monster action, right? It's action packed. So it kind of goes with the whole energy drink sponsorship. So I feel like with Monster being so affiliated with Supercross, it's kind of built Monster into what it is in a sense, but also it has really kept Supercross alive in another way as well, right? So it really is kind of a win-win for both of them. But I just wanted to come in here and talk about this a little bit. Kind of cool to see that, you know, Monster Energy going in there and, you know, supporting some of these other guys and stuff like that. I mean, there's no telling what we'll see at this point. We may see a Monster Energy Yamaha team, like, on 250. We may see a Monster Energy Honda team on 450. We may see I mean, there's just no telling. It could get to the point where every single manufacturer team is Monster Energy. Like, could you imagine that shit? Like, Monster Energy Suzuki, Monster Energy Kawasaki, Monster Energy Honda, Monster Energy, you know, KTM, Monster Energy. Wow, that would be super bizarre. Monster Energy KTM, could you imagine that? Like, what the hell? But I never thought Monster Energy would ever become a part of the Yamaha team either. You know, Red Bull was a part of Yamaha at one point, I believe, but I never thought Monster Energy was going to go down that road of like going to a completely different bike manufacturer, right? Because a lot of times these sponsorships don't do that, you know? Like, you're not going to have Rockstar over here on a Honda and also on a Husqvarna. You know, you're not going to have Red Bull over here on a KTM, but also over here on a different bike manufacturer at the same time. But Monster Energy is becoming such a powerhouse company that I guess they're able to do that. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's like you've got two different teams racing against each other, like two different Monster Energy affiliate teams technically racing against each other. That's kind of crazy. Like I say, it may not be that way now with the Yamaha 450 team going back to Star Racing. I don't know if they still have the Monster Energy, you know, sponsorship affiliated with that. I'm not really sure, but either way, this is more of kind of just talking about Monster Energy, but the fact that they sponsored Chase Sexton's kind of what sparked the idea to even make this video. But I just found it to be quite interesting how it's getting to that point to where, you know, it's like Monster Energy taking over the entire thing, man. They really are. Kind of crazy to see it. But either way, just letting you guys know, I will be back to live streaming really soon and doing all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to get the actual fast cable internet hooked up right now in my house. So just give me a little more time on that. I'm just having to stick with just videos for right now, but I will be getting back to the live streaming and everything like that really soon. So be on that lookout for that there, buddy boys. I'll be seeing you guys on that next video later, dudes.